Hi guys, let's proceed today with our class 2 of law. We started off in the earlier class was just introduction and we understood what is dividend and we saw the basics. We went to a chapter called dividend and we basically saw this part. We didn't finish this page but we saw a little bit of this. In this session, before this class gets over, dividend chapter will get over for your exams. Dividend is a mandatory question. If you look at every attempt, 5 marks is mandatory from dividend or 4 marks. 9 out of 10 attempts you see dividend in the exam. If you remember last class, I told you dividend is a chapter from 123, 124, 125, 126, 127. We will also revise last class topics for 5 minutes. But to quickly summarize, this only is a chapter of dividend. So what did we see in dividend? 123 was declaration of dividend. 124 is unpaid dividend account. Recording students repeat with me. 125 is IEPF. 126 is abeyance. 127 penalty for non-payment of dividend. You may not remember from seeing previous class to today, but end of the class, we will all remember these section numbers along with provisions. Again, I am telling you, ICAA tells section numbers is optional. Optional, but trust me, take it from me, section numbers is mandatory in our class. You don't have to put any effort. I will put the effort. You just follow what I am telling. Last class, you will remember all the section numbers in your fingertips. Clear, guys? Fine. Just to quickly revise what we saw in the previous class. For 5 minutes, we will try to revise what happened in previous class. We mainly saw 123. For exam viewpoint, what we saw? We saw company can, whether it has adequate profits, not having adequate profits. If it has adequate profits, it will declare dividend using current year profits. If it's not having adequate profit, it declares using current year or previous year or combination of both. Not adequate means not loss. It can be loss, but it can also be profit is not sufficient. And sources for declaration of dividend also we saw. What were the sources, guys? Current year, previous year, combination of both, and amount guaranteed by central government or state government. Sources for declaration of dividend. Did we see the logic of why amount guaranteed by central or state government? No, we will see that. Then we also saw in the last class, if you are going to use not adequate profits, or in other words, if I am going to use previous year profits, there are 3 rules that you have to follow. That is rule 3 of declaration of dividend rules. How many rules, guys? 3 rules. Rule 1 says the dividend declared should not exceed average rate of last 3 years. Rule 2 says the maximum amount I can withdraw is 10% of paid up share capital and free reserves. After withdrawing that, first you should set off with current year loss. Once I withdraw, first I will set off with current year loss. And last one, we saw balance in the reserves and surplus should be at least 15% of paid up share capital. And we connected with common sense points. If you are having savings, you will not use more than what you already used in the past. Then how much you will withdraw from savings? On average 10%, and first you will meet the emergency current need, then only you will go buy something else. And we also saw balance and reserve should be at least 15% of paid up share capital. Emergency fund, we always have an emergency fund. We connected with a trip example all that in last class, if you are able to recollect. Predominantly this is what we saw in our previous class exam viewpoints. Otherwise detail we spent more than an hour. Do you remember, guys? Hello, can you recollect the points? This is what we saw in the previous class. Now before I proceed further, previous class we discussed sources for declaration of dividend. If you remember, the sources for declaration of dividend includes all of this. In this, money guaranteed by central or State government. Why will government guarantee dividend declaration? Now, how to develop the country? How do we develop the country? GDP, that is numbers, guys. When someone comes to the country, how do you know country is developed? Infrastructure is the key. Infrastructure means there has to be good schools, there should be malls, there should be good roads, there should be good houses, there should be good electricity for everybody, there should be good water supply for everybody, basic stuff, guys. Schools, then food, restaurants, basic things. Then hospitals, yes, I forgot. Hospitals, all these are the basic amenities should be. Currently, if you are somebody who has all of this, access to all of this, you are living in a very good position, because a lot of majority of India, tier 3, tier 4 and all, they don't have access to this. You see in movies, correct? Now, how to develop all this? Government should take care. But now remember, in a random village, if Amazon is opening a new office with 5,000 employees or 50,000 employees, if a new office is opened in one location, all this will come automatically, correct? Because if there are 5,000 employees, they need houses, house will come. They need schools for their kids, schools will come nearby. EB will come automatically, water will come automatically, malls will come for the entertainment, hospital will come. So if a company is set up, around that, the community itself will build. Correct? You can see it in Chennai, OMR. 10 years back, that OMR stretch still showing was just forest, 10-15 years back. Now companies came, everything around that came. So what government does, sir? What are you talking, sir? Law and this, what relationship? Government will sometimes tell companies, see, I have to do all this. But if you start business in some, backward areas, that area itself will develop. So they will tell you go to some backward areas and set up the company. Company will tell, if I set up here, I won't make profit for 5 years. Then government will come and tell, no problem. I will pay dividend to your shareholders for 5 years or 10 years. Amount guaranteed by central or state government. I am just giving you one of the reasons. This will not come in exam. What will come in exam? Sources, current year, previous year, combination of both, amount guaranteed by central or state government. That's it. Perfect, guys. Now we are proceeding further. This is section 123. Is 123 over? No, only 80% is over. Still lot is left. Now I am going to create one mega timeline with which dividend chapter itself will 70% get over. Okay. We already studied in section 123. Once dividend is declared, can I ask for higher dividend? No. Can I say no to it? Yes. Can I ask for lower dividend? Yes. But once it's declared, within how many days should it be paid? Within how many days? That timeline is what we are going to see now. Okay. Once dividend is declared means once a promise is made, it has to be paid within 30 days. Once it is declared, it has to be paid within 30 days. Are you following, guys? Declared, it has to be paid within 30 days. We are going to see a timeline with a lot of timelines now. Next, before it is paid within 30 days, now, for example, I am telling Vignesh, hey Vignesh, I am going to give you 1 crore as gift. Vignesh is saying, sir, what sir, you are simply joking. I itself don't have 1 crore even till date. I am telling, yes, I will give you 1 crore within 30 days. Vignesh is not able to believe me. How to make him believe? Giving advance, or he is saying, sir, I don't believe that you have 1 crore. How to prove it to him? Show my bank statement. Hey, see 1 crore balance. Not there, guys, but I am just saying. Okay. So, if company is declaring dividend, if you are going to pay in 30 days, the law is saying you pay in 30 days, but first that money you keep it separately. Like for example, in our house, if you want to buy a new dining table or if you want to buy a new watch, today I might have money. If I don't buy it, I might use that money for something else. Has it happened? I will keep 5,000 rupees for buying a new jeans and shirt. Suddenly you will use it for something else. I can't buy the jeans. Has it happened, guys? So law says once you declare, within 5 days you have to transfer that money of dividend to a separate bank account. Are you following, guys? Are you understanding? Hello? See, I am trying to connect every provision with common sense, with what we do now day to day. Why is it like this? Are you following? Understanding, guys? So, what to remember for exam, sir? Once dividend is declared, it has to be transferred to separate bank account within, declared within 30. So, declared and paid within 30 days. This 30 days includes 5 days. Okay. Now, once dividend is declared and it should be paid within 30 days. Those days, dividend used to be declared and paid using something called dividend warrant. Our book also uses that. Dispatch the dividend warrant. What is dividend warrant? Like a check you will get in your house. This is the dividend. This you go deposit in the bank means you will get the money. Okay. Now, do you think all the companies, once they declare, they will pay within 30 days? Hello? No. After 30 days, two things can happen. First, company's fault. Company promised, did not keep the promise. Dividend declared and not paid. Dividend declared and not paid. I fooled you, or I declared I didn't pay. Whatever reason, dividend declared is not paid. COVID came, fire came, this came, that came. I don't care. Once you make a promise, you have to honor that. There is no way of taking the promise back. So once dividend declared, it has to be paid within how many days? Guys, loudly. 20 days. Not paid, or second thing is not company's fault, shareholders' fault. How is it your fault? I gave you the check. You didn't deposit. Possibility is there. Or I want to give you dividend. I don't know your address. I send the dividend in post to your house address. Or I tried to make transfer to your bank account. It's saying bank account closed. I'm trying to transfer dividend to Aishwarya's bank account. It's saying bank account closed, not available. So how, whom to pay? Aishwarya only. So I have to call Aishwarya. She is not picking the phone. Is it my fault? Not my fault. So second thing is dividend not claimed. So two things can happen after 30 days. Dividend not paid or dividend not claimed. I want you to be loud, guys. Law, you have to be loud. It's not like accounts. You have to be loud, extremely loud, guys. So dividend has to be transferred to a separate bank account within. Pay within. After 30 days, check if any dividend is not paid or not claimed. I'm telling you a story. It happens, guys. Then after this, what you have to do? The law says, after expiry of 30 days, if dividend is not paid or not claimed, within the next 7 days, for example, let's say I declare dividend of 100 crores, guys. Dividend payable is 100 crores. Not paid is 20 crores. Not claimed is 5 crores. How much is paid? 75, correct. Dividend declared is 100 crores. Not paid is 20. Not claimed is 5. So how much is paid? So how much is unpaid? 25 crores. This 25 crores, can I use for myself? No. Now, if a money is kept for a specific purpose, it should be kept for that purpose only. So law is very careful, because if this money is not paid, company can use for something else. How many times in our wallet we will keep 500 rupees for something? Suddenly after 1 week I'll see it will be missing. I'll think, oh, where it went? I would have spent for something else. When that money will be safe, if you give it to somebody else and ask them to keep it, otherwise we will end up spending it, correct? So law says, within 7 days of expiry of 30 days, transfer this unpaid dividend to an account called unpaid dividend account. This is also a separate bank account. Are you following, guys? Are you understanding? So this unpaid dividend should be transferred to another account called unpaid dividend account. It's called in a separate bank account. How much in our example? 25 crores. Within how many days? 7 days after expiry of 30 days. Let's look at the overall timelines. From the date of declaration of dividend, dividend should be transferred to separate bank account within. It should be paid within. After 30 days, if any dividend remains not paid or not claimed, any unpaid amount should be transferred to a separate bank account within 7 days. Are you following, guys? After this, what I should do next? Now 25 crores is not paid, guys. Now, if you are the company, what will you do? If it's not paid, you have to make the payment. If it's not claimed, you have to try to contact that person. Yes or no? So if you are the company, what you will do, guys? What efforts you will do? Think. Try to reach that person. Is it one person or multiple persons? Same way how you are trying to reach the person, the company also can reach out to me. Sorry, the person also can reach out to me. If the company is trying to reach out to you, you will also reach out to me. Don't think about today's time scenario or today's year, 2024, whatever year. Think about 50 years back. Today, I can reach out to you easily. Social media, I will send a hi. You will reach out to company easily, send a mail. 50 years back, the only way to communicate between company and shareholder is by post or call. That to call, not everybody had. Only way is post or go in person. This law and provision is made 50 years back. So you need to understand and appreciate at the time when the law is made. Okay. So that time company will try to reach out to the shareholder. Shareholder also try to reach out to me. So what they are saying, for whom all money is not paid, this not paid and non-claim, I have to summarize all of them and prepare one report. Prepare one report, one Excel I have to prepare, or one statement like name of person, last known contact details, how to contact them, how much shares they have, how much dividend payable. One report I will prepare, correct? And that report will be published on the website of company if company has website. Are you following, guys? So this report has to be prepared within the next 90 days. We call it a summary report. Within 90 days means how many? 90 days from which day? Expiry of 7 days. No. It is 90 days from the day you transfer the money to unpaid dividend account. Look at this. After 30 days, you have to transfer to unpaid dividend account balance money within. If I transfer within 3 days, then 30 will start after 3 days. Are you following up? It's not 90 days after expiry of 7 days. It's 90 days after transferring to unpaid dividend account. Such transfer should happen within 7 days. Are you following, guys? If I transfer within 5 days, then 5 plus 30. If I transfer within 6 days, 6 plus 30. But law exam will test only 7 and 90 days. 90 guys, 90 days. Following, let's summarize what to remember for exam. MCQ, what can come? Once dividend is declared, transfer separate bank account within. Dividend declared should be paid within 30 days. Then, once you transfer within 30 days, pay within 30 days. If any dividend is not paid or not claimed, any unpaid dividend should be transferred to an account called unpaid dividend account, another separate bank account within. And after transferring to this account, within the next 90 days, you have to prepare a summary report. What summary? Summary of the all people. Basically, breakup of 25 crores. This unpaid money, who it's not paid to, how many shares they have, how to contact them, their contact details, and prepare a report. And if I publish this, you can also contact me. I can also contact you. Then you will look at this report. Hey, my name is there. Okay, how to contact company. Are you following, guys? This is applicable even today. Today it becomes a digital report. It becomes a PDF. That's it. Excel. Now there is an amendment in this latest amendment which says, in this report, don't give the shareholders personal details, address, mobile number, what to say. Those kind of personal details don't publicly disclose. Report will be prepared. Report will be prepared, but don't publish the personal information. Just name you publish. Don't publish PAN card, address. Then what we will do? I will go to everybody's house and stalk them. take the database, spam them on WhatsApp. So law today, latest amendment, just about few months back, don't publish personal information. Already you are getting enough spam messages, correct? Are you following, guys? Clear? Now, next guys, I'm going to finish the timeline. Then after preparing summary report, let's say when I was in, I think around 2013, when I was in my CA inter days, I was going through my house cupboard and I found one bag in my house. Not cash. In my room somewhere I found it. I found share certificates, 30 old share certificates, which was purchased in 1992, 1993, 1994, 1995. Old company share certificate. Some 30 to 40 companies I found in my house. Then I went and asked my dad, what is this? That time only I was studying. 2013 was when I wrote my inter exams. So I knew a little bit about the subject. So I knew it's a share certificate. I went and asked my dad, what is all this? He said, oh, all this is there. I don't know. I purchased it in 1990s. I itself forgot. What is it? He asked me. He doesn't know about share market much. Someone told him in 92, 93 to buy it. He bought and simply kept. Then I got excited. Hey, what is the value of this today? It can be in lakhs or crores. So I got excited. Let me see the value of this. Then every share certificate I was starting to compare with everything. Then out of 30, only 28 value today became 0. Company itself closed down. Company itself is not there. I asked my dad, why you invested in these companies? Hey, don't ask me all these things. If you want to take them, money if you come now, you take it. Then I found one share. Share of Bajaj Finance. One share I found. Today Bajaj Finance, one share is 8,000 rupees. So I counted. That time my dad got 100 shares. Today, because of bonus and all, it became 1,000 shares. It is 80 lakhs. I got excited. Yes, 80 lakhs I can take. Actually, 8,000 today. In 2013, it's 4,000, I think. So 40 lakhs. I got excited. 40 lakhs. Then I saw it is Bajaj Finance applied, but refunded. Allotment failed. That also became 0. I was like, okay, fine. Only one share was left. That one share is there today. That was worth some 20,000 rupees. I said, you invested 20,000 rupees in 1992. Today also getting back 20,000 rupees. Super. Then some of those companies which closed down, before closing down, they declared dividend. 50 rupees, 100 rupees. So all this put together, all this bag, after I spent a few days, I figured out I will get 25,000 rupees approximately, share plus dividend, for investment of some 25, more than 20,000 actually. He invested more, less than only we are getting from 92 to now. Okay. This also we can claim. Why not to claim it, guys? Money is money. But in that one company is in existence. It was that time called Oriental Bank of Commerce. Today that also is closed. Thankfully, I claimed that before that. It became Punjab National Bank. Yes. Few other companies closed down, actually closed down way before 2013, but they declared dividend before closing down. Did my dad claim it? No. He doesn't even know about this. So how to go get that dividend? I went in search of that company on Google. Address itself closed. In that address, something else is there. Some mall is there. No. How to get that dividend? Okay, call the directors or shareholders of the company. What do you tell? Hey, I itself closed the company, you're asking dividend. Possibility is there. So, but this money belongs to me. Can I claim this? Can I claim this, guys? Law says yes. So, law says this money which is there in unpaid dividend account will remain in this account for a period of totally 7 years. Are you understanding, guys? 7 years. 7 years from which day? From the day it entered this account. That means within the 7 days, correct? This 7 days, before end of 7 days, you have to transfer to that. Are you following, guys? For example, if you transfer to unpaid dividend account, if I keep timelines, if I declare dividend on 1st Jan, I have to pay within 30th Jan. If I don't pay within 30th Jan, I have to transfer to unpaid dividend account within 6th Feb. 31 you are forgetting. 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then if I transfer to unpaid dividend account on 6th Feb, it will remain in this account for 7 years. Are you following, guys? 7 years company will wait. Wait for what? To make that payment, to find that person. Otherwise, after end of 7 years, after 7 years gets over, government law is telling, transfer that money to me. To me means who? Government. Because of this case, company can close down, but government will be forever. So after 7 years, you have to transfer this money to the government. Government has its own fund. So you don't use the word government in exam. Its own fund is called IEPF. Are you following, guys? We have finished 3 sections together, guys. It's not one section. I will tell you. I will classify it for you. One timeline. We are done with section 123, 124 and 125. I will tell you, guys. Let's again summarize. Get the timelines clear into our system for exam viewpoint. Once dividend is declared, transfer to separate bank account within 5 days. Then it has to be paid within 30 days. If it is not paid or not claimed, transfer to unpaid dividend account, separate bank account within. After transferring here, within the next 90 days, prepare a summary report of all the details, break up and publish it. And then money will remain in this unpaid dividend account for how many years? And after 7 years, if still the dividend is not paid or not claimed, it will be transferred to a government fund called IEPF, Investor Education Protection Fund. IEPF stands for Investor Education Protection Fund. Are you following, guys? What is it? Investor Education Protection Fund. Clear? Are you following, guys? Hello? We will come to that section later. Okay. You got the whole timeline, guys. Now, once dividend is declared, unpaid dividend account after 30 days, you have to transfer within 7 days. I am transferring after 70 days. Is it okay? No. Are you following, guys? I am transferring after 70 days. Is it okay, guys? So if you transfer it late, what will happen? Always, if you don't follow law, there is some kind of a punishment. So if you transfer it late here, to which account? Unpaid dividend account. After how many days? 7 days. The company has to pay an interest of, beyond 7 days, they will pay interest of 12%. 12% of money which is not transferred. 12% per annum. Simple calculation. 12% for period of delay. Let's say out of 25 crores, only 20 crores is transferred. How much is not transferred? 5 crores into 12 by 100 into how many days of delay? If you transfer in 70 days, delay is 63 days. Are you following, guys? Okay. They have never tested that kind of computation, but just to keep in mind. Are you following, guys? Hello? Now let me plot section numbers. Can you see this 5 days? First 5 days. That first 5 days is section, that first 5 days. Once dividend is declared, transfer to separate bank account within. That is section 123. Are you following, guys? Clear? After that, that dividend declared should be paid within 30 days. From the end of this 5 days till the end of this 7 years is section 124, unpaid dividend account. Following guys, the concepts after 5 days, dividend should be paid within 30 days. If not paid on unclaimed, transfer to unpaid dividend account in 7 days, then 90 days, then 7 years. All this is section 124, unpaid dividend account. After this, IPF you saw guys, hello, IPF is what section? 125. Are you following? Everybody with me guys? Okay. Now one more revision with the material. This book all of you will be getting guys. You will all be getting this book, hard copy or soft copy, whichever mode of purchase you do, you will be given this book. Okay. Is this enough for exam? More than enough. Covers everything. Okay. Law is going to be one book. One book. Corporate law, other laws, everything, whatever guys, one book only. That's it. Okay. No splitting into multiple books like accounts and all. One book, questions, answers, theory, everything together in one book. So let's revise guys. Follow. Let's revise. So if you look at this we saw in previous class in the book. Dividend sources current year, previous year, combination of both are money guaranteed by central or state government. Then these three rules you remember guys. Average rule, 10% withdrawal rule and balance rule. We saw this rule number 3. Then I told you, once dividend is declared, I'll show you all the points, whatever is done first. In notes, key provision, transfer amount payable as dividend to a separate bank account within 5 days of declaration of dividend. Correct? Now coming to 124. 124 we fully finished. I'll again read the points for our benefit because this is the book you're going to study for exam. You have to be familiar with it. We will always do for all chapters. Where the dividend declared remains unpaid or unclaimed for 30 days from the date of declaration. That means you have to pay within 30 days. Transfer the money to a separate bank account named unpaid dividend account within 7 days. Which bank account? It has to be a scheduled bank. Otherwise, I will transfer to some foreign bank. Scheduled Indian bank. Are you following guys? Scheduled bank you have to transfer. Then within 90 days of transferring the unpaid dividend account to scheduled bank, company should prepare a statement containing names, last known address, amount of unpaid dividend account and place on the website. But now amendment is this address you will not place. Only name will be placed. Privacy guys. Are you following? If you don't follow section 124, then let me finish other provisions. Any money transferred to unpaid dividend account will stay in this account for, and after 7 years I will transfer to a fund called Investor Education and Production Fund. If amount is not transferred, company has to pay interest of 12% from date of default. Are you following guys? Clear? This interest will go to whom? Members. Clear? Next to contravention. If you don't follow the above provisions, company has a penalty, officer has a penalty. Penalty you will go through guys. What is the penalty for company? 1 lakh, 500 in case of continuing effect subject to a maximum of 10 lakhs. 1 lakh is flat guys. Pay 1 lakh fixed amount. Beyond this, 500 for every day delay. Sir, I delayed by 40 days. Then 1 lakh plus 40 days into 500. How much you will get? 20,000. Are you following? This can go up to 10 lakhs. That means what? Divide 10 lakhs by 500. How many days you are getting? 10 lakhs by 500. How much you are getting guys? How much? Up to 2000 days he is giving penalty. Beyond 2000 days, he is saying you stop the penalty. Are you following guys? 2000 days is how many years? Close to 6 years. Are you following guys? Then officer, 25,000 instead of 1 lakh, instead of 500 becomes 100 subject to a maximum of 2 lakhs. That means 2 lakhs divided by 100 is how much? 2 lakhs divided by 100. Same. It will be same. That means the law is saying up to 2000 days only I am giving penalty. Beyond this also, if you did default, I don't know what to do. Law is stopping the penalty after 2000 days. After that, what will happen? You will see in one more section. We will see that. Are you following, guys? Clear? Following? Why it's in red? It's an amendment. Amendment not for your new syllabus. It's there before it. But amendment in the last 2 to 3 years. Like this penalties, there will be 50 plus penalties to study. Okay. End of the class, I will tell you which are the important ones, which is not important. Following, guys. And then you transfer money to which account, guys? Next to 125, IEPF, Investor Education and Protection Fund. This section I will teach you on the last day of law class. Sir, what sir? First day we are pushing last day. I can't teach you now. I will give you an overview, but I will teach you on the last day. In simple, what is the wording of section? Investor Education and Protection Fund. That means to protect my investors. For example, have you seen mutual funds are subject to market risk? You have seen ad. That ad is for what? For protecting the investors. Who is doing the ad? Government. For that I can use the money. For awareness for investors. Don't join Telegram group and get scammed. Like that, awareness for investors, they will use for the benefit of investors. Government can't use the money for themselves. Now coming back to the example, sir, in 1992 you told you got some money. How to claim that money? I left the question open. Did I get that money? Nobody cares. Sir, not my money, sir. Why should I care? Now 7 years over. Correct? 1992. 7 years over. Now where is that money? IEPF. So can I get from IEPF? Can I get from government? Yes. Why we are transferring to IEPF? After 7 years, if you want to claim the money, you have to claim it from IEPF fund from government. You have to send them a proof that I was a shareholder, this money is mine. That means, if you are supposed to get dividend in the year 1992, can I claim in the year 2024? Yes. Can I claim in the year 2050? Yes. Can I claim in the year 3050? Yes. From IEPF, if earth is still in existence, guys, if government is still there, there is no limit. Are you following, guys? Understanding? Yes, Dinesh. With interest only. So 3050, none of us are going to be here. Okay. If somebody is watching the video that time, no chance. Nobody will be watching this. Okay. 2050, if somebody is watching in 2050, guys, if you got this video in Telegram group, if watching in 2050, old video, you will fail in exam. Don't watch it. Okay. Done. Are you following, guys? Clear? Okay. Sorry? Claim the? Yeah, I claimed it. Yes. I claimed IEPF. Takes time. Took almost 1.5 years. So to keep following up, but the money came in hand. I spent also. Okay. 25,000. What is it? I spent it. Following, guys. Understood clear till here? Okay. Following. Let's proceed. Doubts I'll take it later. Let's proceed with section 124, 125. So let's summarize, guys. Now we have learned 3 sections, 123, 124, 125. 125 I gave you only overview. In detailed points later. What is 123? Declaration of. What is 124? Unpaid dividend account. What is 125? IEPF. Remember timelines now. Let's remember exam, sir. Exam, what to remember? Dividend can be declared out of current year profits, previous year profits, combination of both, money granted by central or state government. If you are using previous year profits, you have to go and follow rule 3 of declaration of dividend rules. How many rules we have? Rule number 1 says rate of dividend should not exceed average of last 3 years. Amount to be withdrawn is 10% of paid up share capital and free reserves, and balance should be at least 15% of paid up share capital and reserves after paying dividend. Okay. Once dividend declared, transfer to separate bank account within 5 days. It should be paid within, if dividend remains unpaid or unclaimed. Then you have to transfer to separate bank account within 7 days. Then after 7 days, prepare summary report within details of the shareholder and publish on the website. Then money will remain in this account for 7 years. After this, you will transfer to IEPF, that is section 125. Are you following, guys? Yes. The guy is sitting next to Dinesh, behind Dinesh. Do you have mouth pain? Any mouth pain? Any pain in mouth? The girl front of Pooja. Any mouth pain? No problem in the mouth. Throat is fine. Do you have any throat pain? Then why are you not repeating for the entire class? Same recording students. Those who are not repeated so far. Do you have any pain in your mouth? When everybody is repeating over here and we are repeating and learning in class. If you have any pain in your mouth, then take exemption. Otherwise, if I don't see anybody repeating in this class, get out of the class. And recording students, take the refund and leave the class if you don't want to say. Repeat in your house. Otherwise, there is no point seeing my class. Go buy the book and study by yourself. Repeat and learn in the class. I don't want to spend extra time. Clear, guys? Perfect. Now, few more miscellaneous points in section 123. Miscellaneous points in section 123. Follow, guys. Now, there is something called deposits. We are yet to see that because it's a separate chapter. First class I told you syllabus. Deposits. Syllabus we wrote down, guys. Deposits. Deposits means I have accepted money from public. Accepted money from public. If I don't repay deposits, can I declare dividend? No. See, what is deposits? I won't teach you now. Separate chapter when we go there. But law says few more miscellaneous points over here. Okay. It says if company fails to failure to repay deposits, you can't declare dividend. Are you following, guys? Next one, that is 1 point. Deposits not repaid, you cannot repay, you cannot declare dividends. Now I told you we can use current year and previous year profits. Have you heard of a reserve called revaluation reserve? Everybody knows this. In accounts, school also studied. When asset is revalued, 100 becomes 120. Entry will be asset account debit 20 to revaluation reserve 20. Correct? My question is, can I use revaluation reserve to declare dividend? Can I use it? No. Why? No, it's shareholders funds. Any gain is shareholders gain. Asset gain is shareholders gain. Why I can't use for declaring dividend? Follow. Balance sheet. Land was 100. Now land became 500. So my revaluation reserve will be 400. Can I use this 400 to declare dividend? Okay, I will declare dividend using this. So my entry will be revaluation reserve account debit 400 to dividend payable. How much, guys? 400. Next I have to pay a dividend payable to cash. How much? But where is the cash? 400 is represented by what? Can I sell my land and pay dividend? Are you following, guys? That means what is the conclusion of this? This reserve is what? Unrealized reserve or unrealized gain, or it's called a notional gain. Are you following, guys? So remember, not for dividend chapter, full law, full accounts, whichever chapter, wherever usage of reserves comes, we are going to see in buyback, this, that and many chapters. Revaluation reserve cannot be used for anything. Is there an exception? No. What can I use revaluation reserve for? Nothing. Because why? It is a unrealized gain. Sir, what if I have cash separately, sir? If I declare, Tomorrow, what if the land again becomes 100? Are you following? So, the second key point, amount represented by way of unrealized gain, notional gain, revaluation of assets or change in carrying amount of assets or liability at fair value will not be used for declaration of dividend. For example, change of investment value, investment 100 becoming 200, all these notional gains, unrealized gain, forex gain should not be used for declaration of dividend. Are you following, guys? Clear? That's the second key point. All this with section 123. Are you following, guys? Next, we have two more points, guys. Just two more. We have those three rules. What are those three rules? Average rule, usage rule, and when I use that rule? When am I using that? When there is no adequate profits. That means when you are using previous year profits. What is the purpose of this rule? So that you don't overuse. So that you don't declare dividend extra beyond what you can declare. It's for a control. Correct? We saw in last class. So, same way they are saying these rules are not applicable for a government company. Government is saying rules are for you, not for me. I know how to declare dividend. You don't tell me. But not for all government companies. 100% government company. For which company, guys? 100% government company. That means 100% is held by central government or state government. They are telling, I know how to use the money. We are very transparent. We use the money correctly as per law. I don't have to follow law. So it's exempt for them. Like this, you will see many provisions which are exempt for a government company. I'm not talking anything against government, guys. I'm just telling you provision. Are you following, guys? Clear? So these three rules are not applicable for 100% government company. MCQ they can ask us. MCQ 30 marks of law is there in old syllabus and new syllabus. So nothing new for us. Clear? I will teach you MCQs towards the end of the batch only. Because MCQ comes with 4 or 5 chapters together they will ask. So only once I finish the syllabus I can take MCQs. Are you following, guys? Okay. Then last one provision. Did we study this? Is depreciation a saving or is it an expense? Let me write 4 points. A, B, C, D. Depreciation is a saving. Depreciation is an non-cash expense. Depreciation is a cost. The last one. Depreciation is a expense. You can choose one or more options. What are the correct options? A and B. Those who are watching first time will choose, everybody would have majority choose depreciation as a non-cash expense. I know I already told this in which class? First class of what? Accounts, not law. So whatever I tell in accounts, I will again repeat for law. Those concepts alone, because law accounts recording is different. Okay. So 5 minutes. For those who are watching first time, you would have studied in school depreciation is a non-cash expense. This, sir, why are you randomly teaching again? We have this point over here. I didn't teach you earlier. BAR Act, guys. BAR Act means section, actual BAR provision. Section 123 subsection 1 says, you can use profit of previous year. Look how beautifully they drafted the law. Nobody can tell me the logic for this if you don't know this. Arrived after providing for depreciation in accordance with Schedule 2. In rules also he tells the same things. Look at this. They are saying the amount so withdrawn should first be setting off the loss incurred in the financial year in which it is used and set off with depreciation. That means what he's telling guys, I'll explain. If I have a current year loss, net loss of 70 and depreciation for current year is 30, then the 70 includes loss of 30. Now I want to declare dividend, so I'm going to use my reserves and how much I can withdraw? 10% of paid up share capital and assume this comes to 1000. What is 10%? You can use 100 only after setting off these two. Then after setting off these two, you are left with how much? 30. 30 only can be used for declaring dividend. Are you following the numbers guys? First I am teaching you for exam guys. For exam, law says if you are going to use previous year profit. What is my previous year profit? 10% of this I can withdraw. Assuming paid up share capital and free reserves is 1000. 10% is 100. Correct? Can I use the full 100 for paying dividend? No. After this 10%, you have to set off with current year, which is inclusive of depreciation. Then only you can declare the balance 30 as dividend. I can challenge you. This is the provision for exam. Why is this the provision? Nobody will know it. We are going to discuss that in the next 5 minutes. Have you understood the provision guys? Anybody has doubt in this provision? Okay. Now, this is concept for those who are studying first time. You all chose point B. Some of you chose other points. Let me give a simple example to understand why this is okay. For those studying first time, follow. I have sales 300, purchase 100. What's my gross profit? Assume in this trading P&L account, everything is cash. Everything is sales is cash, purchase is cash, expense is cash, everything is cash guys. No accrual. Everything is cash basis. So what is my GP? What is my cash in hand? Cash in hand. Cash in hand is also recording. Try to answer before I give the answer. How cash in hand is 200? Sales is 300 minus purchase of 100. I received 300, paid 100. I am left with 200. Okay, super sir. Cash in hand is 200. Let's say my all expenses, rent, electricity, salary, everything put together is another, let's say 100 guys. What's my net profit? 100. What's my cash in hand? 100. Why sir 100 again? I received sales 300. I paid for purchase 100. I paid all my expenses 100. So I am left with net profit which is equal to my cash in hand. Equal to my cash in hand. So net profit is equal to cash in hand if everything is in cash. Are you following guys? Now imagine this company purchased a new plant and machinery for 50 with a residual value of 0 and useful life of 5 years. What is depreciation per year? Depreciation is 10. All of you able to follow guys? Online? Yes. Depreciation will be 10. So depreciation is 10. Now what is my net profit? Correct? What is my cash in hand? Cash in hand will still be 100 because this is a non-cash expense. When gross profit was 200, cash in hand is 200. My expense 100 reduced. So cash also reduced by 100. Net profit reduced 10. So net profit became 90. But cash will still remain at 100. Because it's a non-cash expense. So if I go to my balance sheet, extract of balance sheet, this profit, reserves and surplus will come here, 90. Which 90 is this? This 90. That cash also what I earned in first year will come here as 100. So this is values from year 1. Are you all following guys? To repeat, everything is cash except depreciation. So my net profit is 90. Cash in hand is 100. So balance sheet has reserves and surplus 90, cash in hand as 100. This is year. Hypothetically, let's assume the same things repeated for year 2, 3, 4 and 5. Year 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in that case, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, I have 90, 90, 90, 90. Cash also 100, 100, 100, 100. Correct? So end of 5 years, my reserves will be 90 into 5, 450. Cash will be, are you understanding till here? So I have an extra cash of 50. So those who are following, I ended up with extra cash of 50. What to do with this cash? Can I go for a trip and come? Because according to investors and stakeholders and government, I have only profit of reserves and surplus. Accumulated reserves is 450, but accumulated cash is 500. This extra 50 is what, guys? End of year 5, this asset will get over, life will get over, so value becomes. So I have to buy a new asset. So to buy a new asset, I need how much, guys? 50. So this 50 minus 50, cash will now become 450, plant and machinery will become. So that 50 is used for buying a new asset, or in other words, replacing asset. Go back to school days, those who are watching. Purpose of depreciation, go back to foundation, depreciation chapter. Objective of providing depreciation. Depreciation is provided for wear and tear, that is non-cash expense. Depreciation also is provided for replacement of assets. So in this example, without your knowledge, by providing a non-cash expense in 5 years, you ended up saving how much? 50. So depreciation is a saving. Because depreciation is a saving for the purpose of replacement of assets, our law says before you use profit for declaring dividend, set off with depreciation. That then means you are saving. Otherwise, if you don't set off with this depreciation, guys, you are not saving. Then if you are not saving, you can't replace asset after 5 years. Are you following up? What a beautiful concept. How many of you studying this for the first time and understood? First time, the whole thing, depreciation. Understood? Clear, guys? First time, no accounts class, only law you are studying. Understood? Clear, guys? Everybody clear? If you might have thought, why sir you are teaching this random concept? I can challenge you. Go to any class and ask this part. Why should I reduce? It is not my, it's my notes, but it's law notes. It's there in the ICA material, it's there in the Bar Act. Previous year profit should be arrived after providing with. Forget about previous year. Look at this. Even if you want to declare dividend from current year, you have to provide what for? Depreciation. Ask anybody, they will tell you the answer because law tells that. The logic is what? Depreciation is a saving. We just now numerically went through the whole thing. How many of you are able to appreciate the concept? This is how we are going to learn law. Not just this chapter, every single provision, logic for everything. Why 7 years? Why IEPF? In section 124 to 125, why should I transfer to IEPF in 7 years? I gave you a practical scenario. The company for which I had shares, company is not in existence. How I'll claim money? Therefore IEPF. Then Ashwin will ask a doubt. Sir, what sir? If within 2 years, if company closes down, then what to do? Anybody has a doubt? If company closes down within 2 years, then you have to transfer to IEPF within 2 years. Once company is closed. It is 7 years or company closing down, whichever is earlier. Are you following, guys? So with this, we have finished every point relevant to exam. So that's why all these points are now done. Additional points over here. That's why you see here again, before declaration of dividend, previous year loss and depreciation not provided are required to be set off against the profits. So now at this point, 3 sections 123, 124, 125 is done. What is 125? IPF. 124 unpaid dividend account. 123 declaration of dividend. For remembering section numbers, all you have to do, recording students in here, participate with me. Just repeat. Are you following, guys? Okay. Clear till here? Now, sir, I understood all this. For exam viewpoint, what should I remember? 123 talks about declaration of dividend. Quickly, now I'm going to ask you the questions. Exam discussion, quick 2 minutes revision. You will loudly tell the answers, including recording. Dividend will be declared by board of directors, approved by shareholders. Can the dividend declared be increased? No. Can I reduce? Yes. Can I say no for what is coming? Yes. Once dividend is declared, source for declaration, current year, previous year, combination of both, money guaranteed by central government or state government. Next, dividend declared should be transferred to separate bank account within, paid within 30 days. If it's not paid or not claimed within 30 days, within 7 days transfer to unpaid dividend account. Then after transfer to unpaid dividend account, prepare a summary within. Money will remain in unpaid dividend account for 7 years. After expiry of 7 years, transfer to IPF. Repeat with me. If I don't transfer to unpaid dividend account within 7 days, interest is 12%. 1, 2. You have to remember for exam. 12%. If dividend is declared using previous year profits, I have to follow rule 3. How many rules? 3 rules. What is rule 1? Average of last, rate of last 3 years. Then maximum withdrawal is 10% of paid up share capital and years. Balance in reserve should be at least 15% of paid up share capital. Can I use revaluation reserve notional gain for declaring dividend? Can I declare dividend if deposits is not paid? Can I declare dividend if I don't adjust the profit with depreciation, current year loss? You have to set off. The three rules, are they applicable for 100% government company? No, not applicable. That means 100% government company, even if it's loss-making company, they can declare any amount of dividend, no restriction. 100% government company can, look at the reason for this law, for the law like this. If you are loss-making, if you want to declare dividend, you have to follow. If I am a 100% government company, if I am loss-making, if I have to declare dividend, do I have any rules? No rules. That means how much dividend I can declare? How much ever I want. Why? Who is the shareholder of 100% government company? Central government, and so they are telling, I know how much dividend to declare. Don't put rules for me. I am the one who puts the rules. Are you following, guys? Understanding? Clear? Done. So 123, 124, 125 is what, guys? IPF. 125 in simple terms is like a bank account, guys. It's like a government bank account. IPF. It says money comes in and money goes out. Like a bank account, when does money come in? If dividend is not paid and not claimed for how many years? For what I can use money? For protection of investors. That mutual fund had awareness. Like this, we have list of things for what all I can get dividend, for what all I can use. That list only we will see later. Are you following, guys? Clear? Hold on, we'll take dividends in the doubts in the end. 125 is done. Now we are going to go to 126, 127. Close this chapter for good and also see questions in this chapter, guys. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Next 2 questions. We will go for our break once the chapter gets over and we do questions. We are going to get good control of dividend chapter. 4 to 5 marks done. Are you all with me, guys? Okay. Next, let's take 2 brothers who are fighting. Tell me 2 brothers who are fighting, guys. Okay, Ambani brothers. Anybody else? Ramesh, Suresh, okay. Anil and Mukesh Ambani are earlier. See, when they were kids, they grew up together. Same bed they slept. I'm hoping. When they're kids, the guys, 1 year old. Okay. Fine. Now, both Anil and Mukesh Ambani, extreme opposite in terms of money. Mukesh Ambani, richest in India. Anil Ambani is almost bankrupt. I might have more money. Just joking, guys, but still he has more. Okay. Now, let's say, who is the parent of Anil and Mukesh Ambani? Dhirubhai Ambani. Dhirubhai Ambani had shares in Tata. Okay, Dhirubhai Ambani had shares in Tata. He gave 50% of shares to Anil Ambani, 50% to. Now both are fighting, saying 100% is mine. How many times have you seen in families they fight for money? Correct. So they are fighting for money, guys. They are saying this share is mine, this share is mine. Tata is saying, I have to declare dividend. Anil is saying, pay to me. Mukesh is saying, pay to me. What Tata will tell? Pay to whom? Dhirubhai Ambani is not alive. Dhirubhai Ambani is not alive, guys. Whom to pay? Whom to pay? Then spouse also. Someone said spouse. Spouse also is saying, come on, pay to me. Whom will Tata pay? Whom will they pay? Now, during this dispute time, Tata declared bonus shares. Who will get the bonus? Then after 1 year in dispute, they declared rights. Do you know what's rights? Rights issue of shares. We will see that later. They declared what, guys? Rights. So they declared rights and bonus. Are you following, guys? Understanding? Who will get this? Guys, who will get? Are you following, guys? Or another simple example. Leave all this fight. Ashwin wanted to had shares in Tata. He wanted to transfer this to Vignesh. Okay. Transfer process is going on. Some dispute between them. So Tata is asking whom to give the dividend, rights or bonus. Both are fighting. Who will get? Who will get, guys? Dispute is going on. Court case is going on. Who will get? If you are Tata, what you will do? What you will do, guys? What will you tell? Bhai? You will tell Tata, I can't pay anybody, it's for me. What you will do, guys, if you are Tata here? If you want to do buyback also, money should be given. Who has the rights here? Right to receive dividend, right to get right shares, right to get bonus. What to do? Tata will actually tell Tata and they will tell you finish the fight and come. Till then, I will not give to anybody. I will keep it on hold. The rights associated to a share like dividend, rights shares and bonus will be kept on hold if there is a dispute between the shareholders as to who has to receive it. That is called abeyance. Are you following, guys? That's it. 126 over, guys. This is section number 120. Look at 126. Look at this. Right to dividend, right shares and bonus shares. Dividend, rights and bonus shall be kept in abeyance pending registration of transfer of shares for any issue. Are you following, guys? So what they are saying, how to keep in abeyance? We have three things: dividend, rights, bonus. Dividend kept in abeyance means I will transfer to section 124. What is that? Unpaid dividend account. I won't pay. So 126 tells if there is any issue in payment of dividend, it will be transferred to 124, which is unpaid dividend account. Are you following, guys? Rights and bonus will be kept in abeyance, or in other words, hold. I will give it after the dispute is settled or after the ownership is properly transferred. Are you following, guys? That's it. This is section 120 26. That's all. Small section. Look at this. Dividend will be transferred to unpaid dividend account unless it is authorized by the registered holder. Unless Mukesh Ambani or Anil Ambani tells pay to the other person. Keep in abeyance in relation to such shares any right shares or issue of fully paid up bonus shares. Are you following, guys? Which section is this? Loudly. 120. 126. 126 says dividend, if there is any dispute in ownership or transfer of shares, will be kept in unpaid dividend account. What section again, guys? 120. Now take the reverse. 126 opposite is what? 126. 26 opposite is 62. 62. Here we are left to 1 now. Plus 1. 63. 62 is rights issue as per Companies Act. 63 is bonus issue as per Companies Act. We are yet to see rights and bonus. Like this, we will have many stories to remember section numbers. We already saw one. Which one? 100. Cricket. 100. What is that? Extraordinary general meeting. It's been a long time. Do you remember, guys? Yes. Like this, we have many stories. Are you following, guys? All of you with me? Clear? Hello? So 126 is what, guys? Abeyance. Dividend. Abeyance. Abeyance of what? Dividend, rights, bonus. If there is a dispute between the shareholders in respect of transfer of shares, or even if transfer is pending, no dispute, transfer is pending. Today, Ashwin transferred today. Ashwin transferred when, guys? Today. Let's say, for example, 17th Jan 24, for example. Transfer will be complete. Earlier days takes time. Manual transfer. Transfer will be done only by, let's say, 17th Feb 24. You have a time gap of 30 days. During the transfer process, who will get the dividend? See, today if you want to send money in GPay, it takes fraction of few seconds. Loads 5 seconds. But those days when you want to give a check, it takes few days. So those days transfer takes a few days. During the period of transfer, who will get it? Fine. Following, guys? Clear? All of you with me? Hello? Okay. So we have finished 4 sections, guys. 123, declaration of dividend. 124, unpaid dividend. 125, IPS. 126, abeyance. Abeyance of what? Dividend, rights, bonus. If there is any dispute or pending transfer of shares. Following, guys, law easy so far. We just started, guys, but first chapter. Okay. Next, last section we have. Last section. With that, dividend will come to an end, guys. Last section follow. All of you with me. Once dividend is declared, it has to be paid within. If you don't pay within 30 days, what happens? Penalty. That is section 127. Generally, last section for any chapter is a penalty section. In charges chapter, charges ends at 86, 87, penalty. Deposits ends at 76, penalty. So generally for every chapter, the last section is a penalty or last before. The last section is a penalty section. So over here, section 1 to section, sorry, this chapter is 123 to, so 127 is a penalty section, guys. Penalty for whom? Company. Penalty is 2 things you have to remember for exam. If dividend is declared and not paid within 30 days, if it's declared and not paid within 30 days, what should I do? Penalty you have to pay. Company is saying you take your time, you pay penalty. What is the penalty? 3 things: interest, fine, imprisonment. Okay. If you don't pay within 30 days, you have to pay interest of 18% per annum. Are you following, guys? 18%. For example, I declared the dividend on paid on 34th day. How many days delay? Interest for 4 days. Are you following, guys? That is one. Next, for the officer, there is imprisonment up to 2 years. Not 2 years. It can be 6 months, can be 20 days, but up to 2 years. It's an offense, guys. You are promising somebody, I'll pay you money and you are not paying. Imprisonment up to. And for the company, they have to pay, company and officer, they have to pay fine of rupees 1,000 per day of default. That means 4 days delay. How much fine? 4,000. Are you following, guys? That is section 127. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Interest is how much? 18%. Every director who's knowing party, intentional default, imprisonment up to, and liable to pay fine of rupees 1,000 for every day during which the default continues. So 4 days delay means 4,000 rupees fine, interest for 18% and imprisonment up to 2 years. Are you following, guys? Dhaneshwar, understanding? Clear? Okay. Now, let's take a scenario. For exam, they won't ask like this, they'll ask case study. For Dinesh, I gave the dividend. Within 30 days, I told you two things. It can be not claimed or not paid. I gave the check. Dinesh did not get the, or he received the check, dividend warrant. We call it dividend warrant. He received it, but he didn't deposit in the bank. Whose fault? Dinesh's fault. Now Dinesh suddenly woke up after 6 months. Hey, where is my dividend? He's coming to company and saying, pay me 18% interest. Put this fellow in jail. Give me 1,000 rupees per day default. Will I pay? Why? Whose fault? Dinesh's fault. So not claimed means this section is not applicable. When it's applicable? Company's fault. Are you following, guys? So in case the company fails to pay dividend, it's not about unclaimed. Unclaimed means your fault. Fails to pay dividend or post the dividend warrant, like the check. Earlier days it's called dividend warrant. Nowadays it's a bank transfer. No dividend warrant nowadays. Bank transfer. Within 30 days of declaration, then only this section will come. Are you all following, guys? Hello? Are you all with me? Perfect. Perfect, guys. Now, last two concepts in this chapter. Follow, guys. Are you all with me, guys? Hello? Exactly another 20 to 25 minutes, 30 minutes max, we will finish this chapter, guys. Dividend will get over. Now, I'm going to tell some stories. You just participate in the story and then we will go and look at the concepts. Okay? I don't want to tell you the concept and then tell the law. Let's tell some story. Okay? Let's take a company. Let's take Tata itself. This company we are taking Tata. Tata declared dividend. They have to pay within. See, today it is bank transfer. Sorry, today it is bank transfer. Yes, NIFT or IMPS. Earlier days they used to give a dividend warrant. It's like a check you get in your house. So, when dividend is declared, after dividend is declared, COVID came. So, we were all in lockdown. In the wave 1 of COVID, if you all remember, that first 6 months of lockdown was so strict that nothing worked. Even food delivery was not working. Wave 2, later only food delivery used to work. First lockdown, everybody was home. That's it. Correct? So that time, postal service also was not working. Do you remember, guys? Post also, I'm talking about the period in the month of May 2020, April 2020, around that time. Okay. So even postal service was not working. So I can declare dividend, but I can't send the warrant to you. Imagine I declared dividend on March 15th, 2020. Within 1 week, lockdown came. First we all went and clapped. Then we put one lamp. I thought only 1 day. Then it became long period, but that was needed. That was no other way to get away from that. But leave all that. So in that time, I can't declare the dividend. Correct? So after COVID got over, after 1 year, Dinesh is coming and saying, I didn't get the dividend warrant. Not paid now. Your fault. Give me the interest. Will the company pay? No. Why? Even I can't do anything. So, we have some exceptions, guys. We have some exceptions. Don't read every point. I'm going to tell one story for each point. Exceptions tells, in all these cases, above provision. Which provision? This is not applicable. Are you following, guys? One such point we just now saw. Look at this. Where the dividend, just now we saw this. Where the dividend could not be paid by reason of operation of any law. COVID lockdown. Are you following, guys? Understanding, everybody? But how that lockdown came? I think strategically planned. First they tested with 1 day lockdown. You remember? That clapping day was the first day. To test and see the feedback. Then the lamp day came. Then suddenly it came. But slowly they planned it. Okay. Following, guys. That lamp, that light day, there was fight in my apartment. I didn't know anything. I just came out. I think at 9 p.m. you should put some light, they told her. Then some houses turned the light off. Then one apartment called the other house and told, hey, put the light. He said, I won't put the light. I'm not favor of this. They started fighting to put light. Hey, stupid fellows, bigger problem is going on in the country. You are fighting for putting light. Okay. Okay. Next case. Okay. Follow, guys. You can discuss about what happened that day later, guys. We'll come back. Yes, Dinesh, do you have any siblings? Brother, sister? Younger brother. Okay. So we'll take Dinesh example. Dinesh finished CA. Younger brother, how younger? How many years younger? 2 years younger. Okay. Is he into CA? No. Escape. Okay. Now, CA Dinesh invested in Tata and received shares. He is going to get dividend from Tata, guys. Dinesh has a younger brother. Assuming younger brother is studying. Okay. Studying in some other city. So, Dinesh told Tata company, I am the shareholder, but dividend you pay to my brother. Are you following, guys? He gave an instruction by mail or whatever. Tata said, okay, they are paying dividend to the brother. But somehow on the date of declaration, Tata forgot about this. So they didn't pay the dividend to the brother. Dividend was not paid to his brother. Can Dinesh invoke section 127? What is 127? Penalty. Ask for interest. Can he ask? Yes or no? Logical. Forget about law. Common sense. Yes or no? Yes. He asked them to pay, brother. Company told yes. Are you following? Second scenario. Dinesh told Tata to pay the dividend to his brother. Tata said, no, not possible. Okay. They said what? No, not possible, and they communicated back to Dinesh. Now, on the date of declaring dividend, Dinesh closed his bank account and had only brother's bank account. He thought brother will get dividend. Tata did not pay dividend. Now, can he invoke section 127? No, because he gave some instructions and the company told, I can't follow those instructions, and they informed whom? Dinesh. Are you following? So, second exception, look at this. Where a shareholder, Dinesh, has given directions to the company regarding the payment of dividend, and those directions cannot be complied. Company saying we can't comply, we can't pay, brother. Complied with, and the same has been communicated to him. Him means who? Dinesh. Shareholder. It's communicated. If company says no, but if they don't communicate to shareholder, then company is liable. Here, if company says no, and if they don't communicate, then it is not liable. It is liable. Are you following, guys? Next story. See, I didn't tell the answer. I'm just giving you example. You are telling me the answer. Another example. Dinesh is a shareholder of Tata. He purchased 10,000 shares of 10 each with a paid up value of 6. Company made the final call, guys. Final call is how much? 4. Dinesh did not pay. Dinesh is called what? Calls in arrears. So Dinesh did not pay, calls in arrears. Can the company now dividend? Tata is now declaring dividend. Tata, let's say Dinesh has to pay 10,000 into 4. How much? Tata declared dividend of rupees 5 per share. So he has how many shares? 10,000 into 5. 50,000. Can Tata adjust these both and pay Dinesh only 10,000? Can they adjust, guys? Dinesh should pay call money. He has not paid. Company should pay dividend. Can they adjust both and pay this? Common sense you answer. Forget about law. Can they adjust? After adjusting, they paid 10,000. Now Dinesh is fighting. You didn't pay full dividend. Come on, pay me interest. Will he win the case? No. That is the next exception. Look at this. Where the dividend has been lawfully adjusted by the company against any sum due to it from the shareholder. For example, calls in arrears. Are you all following, guys? Hello? Clear? Dinesh? One more exception, we saw 126. What is 126? Abeyance. When abeyance will come? When there is any dispute. That is the next point. Look at this. Point C. Where there is a dispute regarding right to receive dividend. 126. Ambani example. Ambani brothers. That time Ambani can't tell, hey, you didn't pay within 30 days. Come on, give me 18% interest. Are you following? Or last point, any other reason, the failure to pay dividend or post the warrant within 30 days is not because of the fault of the company. For example, company posted, but you didn't receive. Whose fault? Postal department fault, not my fault. Then you can't penalize me. Are you following, guys? How to prove? When I send post acknowledgement, I posted on this day. You didn't get for 6 months. Go ask the postal department. Don't ask me. How will I know? Where will I go search? Are you following, guys? So what is 127 saying, guys? 127 says, to summarize, where dividend is declared and not paid within, then the company is liable to pay interest of 18%. Director who knows about it is imprisoned up to 2 years and a fine of rupees 1,000 per day of default. Exceptions, when this penalty is not applicable. For example, when the operation of law, then shareholder has given directions, dispute, lawfully adjusted, other points. When you are writing summary notes, I will tell you how to write summary notes later. Are you following, guys? With this, 127 also is done. Last class did we discuss about a very important thing called summary notes? Hello? For law? First class? Yes, I told you. What did I tell you? Every chapter will be summarized in 1 page maximum. And we started that also. Do you remember? Hello? Did we start for each chapter? We didn't do it. We will do it now. I will do it for this chapter. You will do it for every other chapter. I will also help you. I remember starting. Did we start, guys? 123 writing notes. Okay. Did I at least tell you about summary notes? How many of you yes? How many of you no? I told? No, didn't tell. Summary, rocket notes. Rocket notes. Yes, you remember now. Did we start writing rocket notes? Okay. Fine. Follow, guys. Do you remember something called rocket notes? Yes. If you don't remember, also remember now. We are going to summarize every chapter in few pages. Let me show it to you for dividend chapter. All of you with me, guys. Now, in your notebook, you need to keep a separate book of 30 pages, or in the main notebook, some separate 30 pages you have to keep. Perfect. Lift that book. Come on, give it to me here. Bring it here. Separate book like this. One small book of 30 pages. Okay. This is how many pages here? 84 pages. But so much not needed. Only half. 30 to 40 pages for full law. We call it as rocket notes. You name it anything, guys. You can name it anything. Rocket notes, short notes, summary notes, Kaka notes, your wish, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Okay. We'll call it what, guys? Rocket notes. Okay. I will show you for dividend chapter. I will show you for a few chapters, but bulk of the chapters you will do it. Like how in accounts I told you library of adjustments is a game changer day before exam. This rocket notes is going to be a game changer. That means, sir, this material then what, sir? This is where you will learn the subject. Then you will summarize into your own. Running notes, that what you take in class is separate, guys. That you keep separately, detailed notes. But what I want mainly in law class is the rocket notes. Running notes you take additionally. Rocket notes, let me show you. Let's go section by section. Dividend chapter. First is 123. What is 123 saying? Look how short. First, look at me writing. In other words, we call it SMS notes. You have to keep it as short as possible. Use the Gen Z terms. Make abbreviations. Okay. Now, 123. Now, again, one more revision of dividend chapter. I revised at least 4 times today. First, declared by whom? Board of Directors. Approved by whom, guys? Approved by shareholders. Can I increase it? No. Can I reject? Reject or decrease? Answer is yes. One line over. Next follow, guys. Sources. This full thing will be one line. Next source. See, you don't have to write same like this. You can change the wordings. What you write, you should understand. Sources. Sources we have current year. Then combination of both or central government or one line over, guys. Then from previous year, I'll put one more arrow. If I'm using previous year, you follow how many rules? Again, what are those? 3 rules. Maximum is average rate of last 3 years. Withdraw 10% of paid up share capital plus balance after withdrawal should be at least balance in reserves and surplus should be at least 15% of paid up share capital. Are you following, guys? Then next point 73, 76 not followed. No dividend. What is 73, 74, 76? Deposits. When you learn fully, it will make sense. If deposit is not repaid, no dividend. Same line. It should be as crammed as possible. It should be cramped, guys. It should be as short as possible. Use abbreviations that you understand. But don't use these in exam. I'll tell you when it's going to be useful. Next. Same these 3 rules. Not applicable for a 100%. Write with the rules itself. Then notional gain, unrealized gain, revaluation reserve cannot use. Correct? Cannot use. And last point, that's it. Is this 123? That's all. Which one is missing? Depreciation you can write down. Set of depreciation and current year loss before declaring dividend. This is my rocket notes. I wanted to name it from till previous batch. I used to call it summary notes. I didn't like the name. So we are naming it finally what guys? Rocket notes, SMS notes, summary notes, Kaka notes. Which one? Which one, guys? First, choose one thing. Rocket notes. Okay, recording also we'll call it rocket notes, guys. Okay. Non-Tamil students, Kaka notes, nothing, you ignore it. Rocket notes. Okay. Rocket notes, you can name it, or if you want to call it something else, fine, but I'll keep referring it to as rocket notes. 123 is done. Correct? Hello? Next. If you write all this, how many lines in your notebook? What are you doing? Not writing. Vignesh. When you will write? Right now with me. Fast guys. Write this down. How many of you finished copying this? Yes, Padma, how many lines? Okay. Write fully, fast. Recording, write fully. Write as short as possible, guys. Quickly write down these rocket notes, guys. Fast for 123. Quickly write in your own words. Done. Finish, Padma. How many lines? How many lines? 5 lines, 6 lines. That's it. Keep it as short as possible. Key points, guys. Can I proceed? This much scroll is fine. Okay, write down, guys. Next section. I want recording to write down. This full chapter, I will do it for you. You will understand how important it is. Ashwin, done. Others, do it quick, guys. Rocket notes, you have to be in rocket speed when you're writing. Fast recording. Done. Okay. Next, I will still keep it over here. This part is there. I hope the top part is done. Write with me, guys. I'll give you another few minutes. Repeat with me. First, once dividend is declared, you have to pay within 5 days. No, sorry. Transfer to separate bank account within 5 days. Transfer to separate bank account within. No, you have to pay within 30 days. So, pay within 30 days. Separate bank account within 30 days. If you don't, not paid or, we discussed that, not paid or not claimed, then within the next 7 days you will transfer to unpaid account, which is a scheduled bank. Then money will remain in this account for 7 years, but before that you have to prepare a 90 days summary report, and money will stay here for 7 years. After 7 years you get what? IEPF. If I have to put sections, this 5 days will be section 123, the rest is 124, IEPF is 125. If you don't transfer within 7 days, interest is 12%. Are you following, guys? Another few lines, you merge it. Detailed line is here. Long back we did the detailed line. You understood it over here. And then now in your summary notes, rocket notes, please write down. This you can elaborate a little more if you want to elaborate, but just write it down. One timeline, only timelines to remember in this chapter, guys. You prepare, write it down quickly, guys. It's okay if we take 10 minutes to write this down, but I want to show you the importance of this. Done. Ashwin, done. Write down, guys. Take a few minutes. Recording. You can pause and write if time is not enough. All of you with me, guys? Done. Okay. Next, I'll still keep it for others to write. Next, guys, 123, 124 is done. 125 we didn't write, so leave it for now. 126, one line, just one line. Look at this. Share transfer pending, or there is a dispute, then dividend will be transferred to 124. Rights and bonus will be kept in abeyance. That's it. One line or 1.5 line. You will summarize the whole section, guys. 126 says, if share transfer is pending or there is a dispute, dividend will be transferred to 124. You don't have to write unpaid dividend account, because you know 124 is unpaid dividend account. Any rights or bonus will be kept in abeyance. That's it. One line or 1.5 line summarize the whole section, guys. One line, just one line. Everybody done, guys? Write that down. Just one line we are summarizing. We are calling it rocket notes. I will not do it for the entire syllabus. I will do it for 3 or 4 chapters. This chapter to show you how you have to do it. Okay. 127. Not paid more than how many days? 30 days of declaration. What is the implication, guys? Interest at 18%. Director who knows about this, imprisonment up to 2 years and fine ₹1,000 per day of default. If possible, write in same lane. If you want to split, it's okay, guys. Okay. Not paid more than 30 days of declaration. What is it? Dividend. Then interest is the 18%. Director who knows about it is imprisoned up to 2 years and fine of ₹1,000 per day of delay. All of you done, guys? Same provision. We have what, guys? Exceptions to above. That means no penalty. Don't write all the points. In the same line you continue. What is exception 1? Only keywords, operation of law. Continue in same line, guys. Don't go next line. Don't write A, B, C, D, E. Same line. B will be, if you want same order, directions, and directions B is directions given plus communicated. C is dispute. D is lawfully adjusted. E is other reason, not fault of whom, guys? Not fault of company. That's it. Operation of law, directions given plus communicated by company. Directions or instructions. Instructions given, dispute, lawfully adjusted, other reason, not fault of the company. Done, guys? Hello? Finish? How many pages, guys? one side 80%, 70% or half a side maximum. I'm sure all of you still have some space left. Okay. Yes, show that note. Show her note. Half a side, like that it should be. Half a side only she used. Yes, bring the note. First bring it here. Bring it and let me show it to recording students. Somebody here also half a note. Good, half a side. That's it. She has summarized in, I don't know if you can even see in recording, guys. Okay. Summarized in half a side, guys. That's it. One side I'm allowing. Sir, I turn the page. No. I need more space. Okay. Following, guys. Now, we have one last concept left in this chapter, guys. Are you all with me? Now, why are these notes useful? After 45 days or 90 days, when you come back and revise dividend chapter, look at your note. Look at the rocket notes. You can revise the whole chapter. ICA study math dividend will be 10 pages. In our book that you will all be getting, here dividend is how many pages totally? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th page is going to come now. 5 pages. For you it is just one side. Now day before exam, this one side will be a game changer. Are you following, guys? Clear? Now last section. When is dividend declared, guys? I need another 15 minutes. When is dividend declared? Dividend is declared on the date of AGM. We discussed first class. If not, dividend is declared on the date of AGM. AGM is where the shareholders will come and pass a resolution to declare dividend. AGM happens yearly. One word is what? Annual. What is AGM? I don't know. It's okay. It's a meeting of shareholders. For those who don't know what is AGM, it's fine. It's a meeting of shareholders. We have a separate section for that. Can I declare dividend 50 times in a year? Can I declare dividend 500 times in a year? Answer is yes. If you declare dividend in the AGM, that is called final dividend. Are you following, guys? It's called what, guys? Final dividend. Declared yearly once. To give you a timeline, year starts here, April, then year ends here, March. After the year ending, sometime later we will have the AGM. If this is the year April 23, if year is ending on March 24, AGM will be somewhat around August 24. Are you following, guys? So, dividend declared in AGM is called final. What is dividend of next AGM of next year? That will be AGM August 25. Correct? Again, dividend declared in that AGM is called final dividend of that year. Any dividend declared between two AGMs or declared during the year, that means, in other words, dividend declared other than date of AGM. Dividend declared between two AGMs, that is called interim dividend. So far what we discussed, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127 is applicable for final dividend and interim dividend. The law says fully all the sections 123 to 127, whatever you studied for final dividend is equally applicable for interim dividend. Are you following, guys? Are you all understanding? Hello? So, interim dividend is a concept where company declares dividend during the year, or its law is defining interim dividend as dividend declared between two AGMs. Who will decide if they want to declare dividend? Company. How many times can I declare dividend, guys? Any number of times. Is it mandatory to declare dividend at least once? No. How many times you declare? It can be even 0 times. If you declare once, if you declare in the AGM, it's called final dividend. If you declare between two AGMs, it's called interim dividend. All the provisions applicable for final dividend 123 to 127 is equally applicable for interim dividend. So if I declare interim dividend, transfer to separate bank account within 5 days, pay within 30 days, unpaid account within 7 days, same thing. Are you following, guys? But there is only one change. Between interim and final dividend, there is only one change. Follow. What is the source of declaring dividend? Current year, previous year, combination of both, and money guaranteed by central or. So in this page, we have a concept called interim dividend. Everything is same except what we are going to see now. So whatever I am going to teach now is only different from final dividend. Are you following, guys? So before I go there, let me finish the concept. And you have interim dividend, money guaranteed by central government, and that is not there. Hey, government will guarantee once. You will declare dividend 50 times. I will pay 50 times. Huh? So the government will guarantee only once a year. That is final dividend. So no government guarantee source for interim dividend. Are you following, guys? That is the first thing. Second, follow carefully. If current year profits are used, is there any limit for dividend? No limit for dividend. How much dividend you can declare? Any amount can be declared. Are you all following, guys? Are you all with me? However, if there is going to use previous year, in that final dividend, how many rules? Here we have one rule. Here we have one rule only. Are you following, guys? Let me explain this in a much better way. Let's put a timeline. Follow, guys. Interim dividend is declared during the year. So I am going to break down the year into quarters. How many quarters are there in a year? 4 quarters. Q1, Q2, Q4. Correct? Because final dividend is declared after the year gets over. Correct? Then I can know current year profit is there or not. I know once the year is over. Correct, guys? Let's say 23 to 24. Current year profit or loss I know only after the year is concluded. This is during the year. How to know current year profit? What is Q1? Month. April to June. April, May, June. Next is July to October to. Now the question, guys, final dividend means whether I earned profit or not, I will easily find out because it's declared after the year gets over. But interim dividend is declared during the year. How to find out? Quarterly profits. Perfect. I will check quarterly profit. For example, if I am going to declare dividend in Q2, I have to check what? Q1 profit or loss. If Q1 is profit, is there any rule applicable? No rule. How much I can declare? Any amount. But if Q1 is, so if Q1 is profit means no condition. How much dividend to declare? Any amount. But if Q1 is loss, then I will use previous year profits. So I have to follow rules. How many rules? One rule only. I will tell you what the rule is later. How many rules? One rule. Now you tell me, guys. If I am declaring dividend in Q3, I should check what? Q1 Q2 Q1 plus Q2. Think logically. Q1 plus. So I will check Q1 plus. If Q1 plus Q2 is profit, how much I will declare? Any amount. See, Q1 can be loss. Q2 can be profit. But I am seeing only total, net total. If total is loss, I will check the rules. How many rules? One. Now you tell me, if I am declaring dividend in Q4, I will check Q1 plus, Q2 plus, Q3. Overall profit, then proceed and declare any amount of dividend. That means current year is profit. If it's a loss, then check the rules. How, sir, loss? Q1 can be, for example, 30 profit. Q2 can be 70 loss. Q3 can be 100 profit. Overall is how much? Overall. Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, how much, guys? 60 profit, proceed. No need to follow rules. Are you understanding, guys? Easy, guys. So, if overall is a loss, assume Q2 is 170 loss. Now, overall losses. Overall loss is 40. Now, you have to use previous year profits. So, you have to follow rules. Which rule? Rule 3. Rule 3 of declaration of dividend rules. But we have only one rule. There it's rule 3. Here it's not rule 3. We have only one rule. There we have 3 rules. Rate rule, usage or withdrawal rule, balance rule. Here we have only one rule. These two are not there. Only rate rule. So nothing new, guys. Only rate rule. Average of last 3 years. So the dividend I want to declare should not exceed the average rate of the last 3 years. Are you following, guys? So if I go here, let's quickly run through the points. That's it. Interim dividend is over. Interim dividend, what section? So you didn't tell me section for interim dividend. What section, guys? 123 is what? Declaration of dividend. 123 rule 3 is what? 3 rules. Interim dividend is 123 subsection 3. 123 subsection 3. Are you following, guys? Is interim dividend. Follow, guys. Let me finish the. Always, what I do is I first teach you concepts using the board. Then I'll connect the concepts with our material to tell you everything is there here. So you read from the book, and then we will do questions. Questions from this chapter, not today. So usually what I do is I'll show you questions later, guys. If I finish dividend chapter today, questions will be in next class. We will have a separate class only for questions of few chapters put together. Are you following, guys? Okay. So if you see here, what is interim dividend? Declared by the board anytime from end of the year till holding AGM. Or in other words, interim dividend is dividend declared between 2 AGMs. Okay. Look at this. All other provisions that are applicable for final dividend are equally applicable for interim dividend, except the difference that is stated above. What is my difference? What is the source of declaring interim dividend? Same like that. You will choose current year profit, previous year. See, this is current year profit, guys. Reserves. They are generally saying this is my general reserve, this is my P&L, and last one, profit generated in the financial year till the quarter ending. That means, sorry, if you are declaring in Q2, Q1 plus Q2 is my source. Are you following, guys? That's it. No central government and state government. Current year or previous year. The only difference is this, guys. What we just discussed. Look at this. Look how beautifully it's worded over here. Visible for you guys? Okay. Can company declare interim dividend if they have incurred loss in the current year? Look at the wordings. Bar Act. If the company has incurred loss during the current financial year up to the end of the quarter immediately preceding the date of declaration of interim dividend. So if I am declaring in Q3, then Q1 plus Q2, such interim dividend shall not be declared at a rate higher than average rate of dividend declared by the company during the immediately preceding 2 years. Are you following, guys? Are you following? Clear? Understanding, guys? Now, any doubts still here? Hello? Can we proceed, guys? With this, dividend chapter comes to an and dividend chapter comes to an end. If I have to show you questions of dividend chapter, let me just show you the questions, guys. We are not going to solve much. We'll just do one question for you to get confidence. So if you take dividend, every chapter we will have questions. Okay. These questions I will discuss in the class itself. Are you following, guys? We'll discuss in the class. I will take doubts one moment. Let's randomly take one question just for you to get confidence, and then we'll do rest in some other class. A listed company has been declaring dividend in the rate of 17% on equity shares for the last 7 years. During the current year ended 31st March 2022, the company does not have adequate profits due to COVID pandemic. However, it has adequate reserves which can be used for declaring dividend at the rate of 17%. Advise company how it should go about if it wants to declare dividend at the rate of 17%. Can they declare 17%? Yes or no? What is the answer for this, guys? Current year, do they have profit? Current year. Company, look at this, company does not have adequate profits. So I am going to use previous year. Previous year, how many rules? 3 rules. I can't apply rule 2 and 3 because data is not available. But I can apply rule 1, average of last 3 years. What is the average of last 3 years? 17, because every year is 17. So can they declare 17%? Answer is yes. Are you following, guys? Clear? We will do more questions. These are just few samples, guys. Understanding? Like this, we will do questions for every chapter. I will not be doing it now. Now I am open to any doubts you have with respect to dividend. Yes. Last financial year. Which one? Yeah, I told you if I tell that only is rate rule. If this one rule you are asking of, this is average rate rule. That means if current year, if there is loss, dividend is declared at not more than average rate of last 3 years. Are you following, guys? Hello? Clear? All of you following? So let's revise section numbers alone once. What is section 123? Declaration of dividend. What is 123 subsection 3? Interim dividend. What is 124? Unpaid dividend. What is 125? IEPF. 126? Abeyance. 127? Penalty. 123 rule 3. 3 rules. Again, let's repeat, guys. 127 abeyance. No, 127 is penalty. 126 loudly abeyance. 125 IPF recording also. 124 unpaid dividend. 123 declaration of dividend. 123 subsection 3 interim dividend. 123 rule 3. 3 rules. With this dividend chapter 8 of our syllabus is done. Are you following, guys? Clear? So with this we will close today's class. Thank you, guys.